If focusing on 5 specific SEO tasks could increase your rankings by 511%, would you listen? We see so many businesses sabotaging their SEO by focusing on the wrong things. Hours and hours of SEO work while completely neglecting the elements that will actually make a difference. Focusing on the right things can blow up your SEO rankings in a good way. So in the next 5 minutes, I'm breaking down 5 mistakes that we see businesses make all the time in SEO and how to focus on the areas that actually work. Let's start with the big one, not doing SEO at all. This is much more common than you might think. We speak to so many businesses who have literally done nothing with SEO for years. And here is the uncomfortable truth. SEO is getting harder, more competitive, and the space available for organic results is shrinking. These businesses who have enjoyed free traffic from Google for years are seeing their market shares dwindle and having to push more budget into Google ads simply to hit last year's revenue numbers. So how do you fix this? Well, you start doing SEO, either in-house or with an agency. But be sure not to fall into one of the many traps when starting an SEO campaign. We see this in the e-commerce sector constantly. Here is the brutal truth. Google will have no idea what a page is about if it has no content. And if Google has no idea, you have no rankings. Take this client, for example. They had 0 content on hundreds of high-value e-commerce category pages. This lack of content meant there was a lack of top 3 rankings. They just plodded along for months. After optimizing these pages, it allowed for the following. Google was able to identify relevant keywords for each of those pages. It was then able to rank those pages for those relevant keywords. And boy, did Google respond well to this. A few months after optimizing all of these pages, we saw a staggering increase in top 3 traffic-driving keywords. Keyword density is a tactic that has been debunked so many times. It goes something like this. There is a magical percentage that ensures SEO success. By simply having your keyword mentioned 10% of the time within a page, you can't fail. Why is this bad? There are a number of reasons, but here are the key ones. It focuses your writing on a percentage. You forget the user, you forget the products, all you think about is this keyword, and that comes across in your content, which will look like it's been written entirely for SEO purposes. But believe it or not, Google doesn't really like that. As we mentioned previously, it has been debunked so many times by Google, so you're essentially wasting your time on a myth. Most pages rank for more than one keyword, so when you're writing content for a page, is every keyword going to be 10%? So what should you do instead? Well, for starters, remove the term keyword density from your vocabulary. But seriously, plan out which keywords are going to be on that page and write naturally. If you write naturally, the keywords will find themselves into the page and you won't have to hit some magical percentage to get some SEO success. For some context, we do not use keyword density, but we've managed to produce results like this, and this, and this. This will put the brakes on any ranking improvements, even if you implemented our previous advice. So it's pretty important. Imagine you sell smartwatches. You do some keyword research and you find that the keyword best smartwatches gets 15,000 searches a month. Your eyes light up. You rush to your website, create a category page full of the best smartwatches and optimize that page for best smartwatches. But you've overlooked one major consideration. A simple Google search for best smartwatches reveals the following. We can clearly see the majority of the top 10 search results are long-form articles, not category pages. But you have a category page. It's another mistake we see brands making over and over again. So how do you avoid falling into the trap? You've probably been told to do keyword research before you write any content, which is good advice. You may also have been taught to look at the intent of those keywords. Is something top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, or bottom of the funnel? Which is good advice. You need to add one more piece of advice into that process. Check the types of pages that rank for those keywords within your keyword research. By labeling the page type along with the intent, you'll get a better understanding of how to develop your content strategy and what types of pages you actually need to create. In October 2012, Google released a tool that allowed you to effectively cancel the value of links pointing from other websites to your website. This was known as link disavowing. The idea was to give more control to webmasters to be able to remove themselves from things like manual actions. Fast forward 13 years, and as with everything with Google, the advice has changed. Google is now able to ignore bad links. So if you are spending days using the link disavow tool, or worse, paying somebody to do it for you, you need to stop. And here's why. How do you know which links are good and which links are bad?
Today, I'm going to be doing everything the internet tells me to.
It's regressive work and it won't help you get results. With your time and money freed from the clause of link disavow, you can put that time and money into areas of outreach that will actually produce results. So there we have it. 5 mistakes, 5 solutions, and you're on your way to a more productive, results-driven SEO campaign.